Hi, GCPC. I am coming to you live from my backyard, this place where we have not seen any official seasons go through. And so if you look in back of me, you're going to see some red vines. I'm sure there's some people who can tell me what things are. But now that it's been nicer outside, I've been able to sit out here and wonder what there is here, what the possibilities are, and what's growing under the surface that we're not even sure of. We had been in a house for 6 years and had seen the seasons and knew when the bulbs were going to come up and where they were going to come up in, and maybe where we needed to clear some things out that we had left unattended the year before. So when I look at this and I think of how I have been feeling over the last week since the inauguration and this transition of power, there's been some possibilities, I guess, opened up in my head and possibly my heart, and maybe you're feeling some of this too. But I also am weary because I understand how slow going change can be, how just because we are in and under a new administration, that life will still take on forms that seem slow or seem uncomfortable. And the work that we are doing of dismantling white supremacy and the work of anti-racism is a lifelong journey. And I usually need to remind myself of the journey that I've been on when I start thinking about possibilities, so that I remember that with God and with the gathered community, there is so much more possible than I can even imagine. So I invite you today to, one, get outside. It is beautiful. It is wonderful to have the sun hitting my face, to feel that connection with the world and the earth, but then also to think about the possibilities and the ways that I can be a part of those possibilities. I am reminded of a poem that was shared with me in the midst of anti-racism work. I guess it was probably about 2 years ago, from a poet who's on Instagram named Lori Hatim. I will share that with you. It is a wonderful way to think about how we look at possibilities and the work that we need to hold as a part of it. It's not misery proof, I'm sorry to say, but it lets in the breeze and the light just fine, and has lots of room for growing and becoming, which helps combat the unfortunate first part. Let me read that again. It's not misery proof, I'm sorry to say, but it lets in the breeze and the light just fine, and has lots of room for growing and becoming, which helps combat the unfortunate first part. Friends, may you breathe in the goodness that is today so that we can move forward.